Let's talk about the best company I found for supplements. And they don't carry every supplement, which is a shame, and probably for the best. Because once a company is doing a bunch of supplements, you lose the specialness of being specialized, of truly researching a supplement and testing a supplement and figuring out if it is good or bad. This is LarkSupply.co. I just ordered again from them. I've been ordering them for a year or two now, and every time I am enthralled with the products. And let's go over the products and let's figure out why they are the best. And we'll go with the thing I order the most, which is vitamin D3 and Evo, which is extra virgin olive oil. Um, Here's some like photography, doesn't really matter. They have 10,000 IU drops. But realistically, you're a normal person probably. You're gonna get 1,000. It's 860 drops for $19. 860. 1,000 IUs per drop. So your cost, the average person is probably going to take, hold on, we have a pause button. The average person is probably going to take 2,000 IUs a day, just on average. That's 430 days. That is because divided by 2, 860 divided by 2, 430. That's over a year for 19 bucks. It's actually absurd, the like phenomenal pricing. Now that's not why they're the best. The pricing is phenomenal. It's this. We are currently shipping 1,000 IU bottles, drop bottles, with the following information updated June 21st, 2025, which is like when their last supply of this came in, most likely. So January 28th, 2026 onward. That is not that far away from when this video is recorded. That is 2 weeks in a day. They do a full vitamin D3 powder, which is what they get. They got it from China. They explain why they get it from China. They then do a purity test on the powder. Then they do an 8-month follow up on that purity test, is 98.341%. They do a heavy metals test. They do microbes test. They then test their extra virgin olive oil to make sure like it's as good as they can get. And then here's the 10,000 IUs. They go through what their specifications are, right? For their extra virgin olive oil. I think they're switching out the extra virgin olive oil they're using going forward, but I forget. But pretty much like they are consistently providing updates. Also, I should have made this bigger for you guys. I didn't even think about that. Um, Hold on. Yeah. They are consistently improving their product. They're consistently mentioning what they're changing, what their results are, what their testing has shown. And like, let's pull up a PDF, right? From Light Labs Certificate of Analysis. You could see that why China, right? They go into like why they go with China. Similar issues. Okay. This is for K2. Now let's go through that. Let's go through the product K2. And this company's phenomenal. I've talked with the owner a lot. It's family run. They're small, independent. They're not like paid off or doing anything. You're probably going to want this vitamin K2, MK4, and Evo. I get the 2 milligram drops. Realistically, the best value is the 5 milligram drop. It just is. Like, it's just better value. But realistically, 2 milligrams is all a person needs in lieu of the former 10 milligrams because it doesn't crystallize. They're worried about crystallization. Does it affect the product at all? No, just heat it up and it'll be fine. Not even heat it up, just hold it in your hand and it'll probably be fine. But once again, they go through all this testing. They go through like, okay, what is it like after 8 months, after a year? I believe they sent an email on the year like what changed after a year. And that's stuff you're not getting anywhere else. Here, I'm gonna just make it bigger. This is 59 bucks, right? Typically, most people aren't taking vitamin K2 every day, even though it goes pairs really well with vitamin D3 because that's how you absorb it. I'm not a nutrition expert or a supplement expert at all. All I know is when I see a good company, I really want to share that good company. And so let's talk about this. So let's assume you're just taking one drop a day. Once again, 860 drops. Now, I will say for their K2, I find it like they go through what they define as a drop. It's actually really nice. And when you have the bottle, let me go grab the bottle. I'll show you. So here is the K2 bottle. You can see it. But this is something I noticed. Now, typically I would shake so everything's mixed up. Like I just shake it. I hold the top and I shake and then I release. So one thing I noticed, see how it drips? Can you even see that? I can't even tell if you can see that. But it drips. So you got to go like this. Like you actually need to wipe it down because if you don't, it drips even more. Now you get a really good drop. Like that is one drop, right? Whereas the vitamin D3 doesn't really have that issue as much. It still has it a little bit, but I noticed that just the K2, it just it falls more. So this will last you a year to 2 years. Realistically, you can share this with whomever you live with, right? They get a drop, you get a drop. It'll still last you a year. It is insane value. At $59, let's talk about this. Here is Pure Encapsulations, vitamin D3 and K2. So it is both, right? You get 100 MCK micrograms, I believe that is. Once again, I'm not the guy for this. You get 4,000 IUs of vitamin D. That's great. This is solid. I like Pure Encapsulations as a company. They're great. But that's 120 capsules, right? So if we combine the pricing of both the K2 and the vitamin D3, you get $78, right? For both of them. $78 will last you a year easy, probably closer to a year and a half. K2 especially because you'll take one drop a day. That's like a lot, but one drop a day. And then guess what? This lasts you 120 days and it's 4,000 IUs. So you can't really control the doses as much, right? I love Pure Encapsulations as a company. This is 35.50, right? So you're gonna need 120. You'll take one of these a day, realistically. You're gonna need three of these. You're looking at like 90 bucks, a bit more, probably 110. It's a no-brainer to me. This is a small business that does incredible stuff. They go in depth about everything. This was a great article, and this is nuts. Like, no one's reading this. Don't read it. Like, I love it because it's just cool. Not this 2026 updates. Here's where they did the update for the K2 test for 18 month. It's still at a 99.872 percentage, like percent purity. That's crazy. D3, first batch, second batch. Like you can know what batch number you're having. But that's not what I want to show you. The crazy part is counting is hard. This is nuts. This is where they define what a drop is. All drop weights, so forth and so forth. How do they get 830? Right? You can figure out how many drops. This is nuts. These people really care. Like they go through everything. So down here, like what I showed you is the way I did it when I went like this. Like, hold on, we'll go through it right now. Like, when I shook, I'm not gonna shake it right now, and then I went like this. That is more than enough for the average person to do, just 3 times. And now you get a drop. But I will say this bottle, like both my vitamin D3s and the one I gave to my girlfriend, didn't have that dripping issue as much. You still have to do that, but it didn't have the dripping issue. This this K2 bottle does, which is fine. It doesn't really matter too much. But here they go. Look, this is where it's so cool. In Evo Solutions, scrape slow tempo drop count by drop segment. You can see how crazy they go through it, right? It's nuts. It's nuts. I read through this article. It's crazy. This is my favorite company for vitamin D3 for any product they sell. Just because of how in depth they go in their not just marketing. I don't think they market at all, but how in depth they go into caring about, is this product of good quality and of good standard? So it's not. I don't like. I don't care that this is a plastic scoop, but I'm like, this is one thing that they could improve. Change these out for metal scoops, like a stainless steel scoop, because people care about that. I don't. It's fine. Like whatever. Um, and then if you want, you can get the powder. This is sick. Because if you get the powder, that's 1.5 grams of powder of MK2. You take 2 to 3 mgs. No, you take, I think it's 2 to 3. Yeah, 2 to 3 mgs a day. You're like, this is the best value. And then magnesium glycinate powder as well, 100 and 300 grams. And how much is in a gram? Okay, in this 1 ml scoop, that's 110 milligrams of magnesium, like actual magnesium that you are elemental magnesium, right? Here, full flat scoop. Please wash and sterilize, of course. And then half. So you can like mix your dosages. But most people don't want to do this, right? Most people don't want to weigh out their stuff. So I'm sure one day they'll come out with not a powder, but like some type of formulation, maybe a capsule or something that you can take. DHEA powder. I don't even know what this is. But anyways, that's the video. LarkSupply. If you and I want them to be successful. They're a great company. The problem is now I'm never gonna if this video ever pops off, it won't. But if it does, I'm never gonna be able to get the shit I want from them because they'll always be sold out. Then their prices will rise, and then I will be sad. But I'll be happy that they're successful. They're who's doing 18-month tests and actually like publicizing it? Who's counting? It's just fucking nuts. Anyways, they're a wonderful company. I'll link them down below. I'm not sponsored. I buy their products because I love the company. I love what they do. And I want them to grow. I want them to be more successful. And that's pretty much it. Have a wonderful day.